Hello friends. Well, with everything that's been happening with Kate Middleton in the past few hours, the last few days, with the cancer diagnosis announced by Princess Diana in a private video in her garden, sitting on a chair on a little bench, there's also speculation about whether it was edited with artificial intelligence, but we'll give that less importance. What's important is the announcement, which is completely true, unfortunately. It seems that Meghan and Harry weren't aware of this latest development, obviously because they weren't trusted. Just like Kate Middleton's uncle, Gary Goldsmith, who was on the UK celebrity Big Brother, obviously when you don't trust someone, you don't tell them, because it was something they wanted to keep private, to digest it themselves, first William and Kate, and then be able to explain it to their children. We're talking about different ages, but all three are very young. The oldest is around 11 years old, and obviously, they can't understand. They can know that she's sick, but not understand how serious it is. So, if a child from school were to say, "Your mom is going to die," obviously it's not pleasant, or they're not feeling well, or she could have this or that. You know, kids don't have awareness and they talk about things without knowing what they're saying, based on what they hear at home. So, the first thing was to preserve that, to let the children find out and explain it to them. Having said that, let's see why Harry and Meghan didn't know anything about it and didn't want to trust something as important as this about Kate Middleton. My people, let's begin. It's obvious that when you don't get along with a family member, in this case, Kate with Meghan and Harry, because of everything they said in that Netflix documentary, which by the way, they're trying to see whether they'll renew or not, I don't know what they would say. Of course, things have changed a lot. Another documentary could be made, but now, a bit like turning the tables. "We're not sorry, Kate was always very good to me," and so on. It wouldn't be bad, of course, they would still make their money talking about it, but it would be a bit to turn the tables and do what they should have done a long time ago, publicly apologize. But let's go with the news. As I was saying, the English newspapers, like Sun, say that it was the one that released the latest video and that there's something there between the royal family and them. They've reached an agreement. So it's rumored that Princess Kate and William didn't tell Harry and Meghan about the cancer because they couldn't trust them after the betrayals after Kate's announcement. The royals issued a brief statement. Well, Princess Kate and William didn't tell Harry and Meghan Markle about her cancer because they couldn't trust them, a royal expert asserted. The 42-year-old Duchess revealed her health battle to the world in an emotional video message on Friday, which I think shocked us all, because at the time, it was said it wasn't cancerous. We knew something was odd, obviously, but we didn't imagine, or didn't want to imagine, it was one of the things discussed on social media. And, well, we criticized anyone who said that, first because it was denied, and second because, well, something so important would have been said by now, right? But, well, it's true that the date was approaching, and we all said, Easter will come, and nothing. No sense that nothing, they won't say anything. No, it won't come back, and in the end, that's how it turned out, unfortunately. The mother of three said it was a big shock for her after more tests following her abdominal surgery in January. But a source told the New York Post that Harry and Meghan found out about Kate when the rest of the world did. The source said they had no idea and only found out about the news almost at the same time as the rest of the world found out. I don't know if it seems mean to you, but it's logical. I mean, it's logical that they could have been warned. They could have been warned, like, hey, we're going to release an important video about Kate and stuff, right? 5 minutes before releasing it. Well, yeah, that could have been done, but really, is it someone you don't trust, who has sincerely hurt you, and hasn't asked for forgiveness? Is what they've done really okay? I mean, not even considering them as family? Well, after Kate's announcement, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex issued a brief statement. It was a pretty bland, succinct statement, I think. This reflects the relationship between them. The real couple said, "We wish health and healing for Kate and her family and hope they can do it in private and in peace." Yeah, if you notice, it's for Kate and her family, and we hope they can do it. I mean, they are. I don't know, it's a very overly formal and serious statement, very separate. I don't know, not about closeness, not about affection, it's a bit very populist and very, wanting to be politically correct, but very separatist. I mean, it's your family, too, right? Yes, we understand it refers to the core of what the Prince of Wales and his children are, their 3 children, but I don't know, it's very cold, it seemed very cold to me. Well, now the royal commentator Richard Fitzwilliam said that the wayward royal members were not informed about her diagnosis because they couldn't trust them. He told Dason, "There's a deep rift between the siblings. We also know that apparently they haven't spoken in many months, and the reason, of course, is that for about 4 years, they have caused countless problems for the royal family, and that's why they can't be trusted." Well, William hasn't trusted Harry and Meghan, and I say that rightly so. We know with Oprah, the program Harry and Meghan did for Netflix, and then with the interviews surrounding his book, evidently, the loss of trust has been completely lost, and especially when they haven't retracted it because, well, if in this case, they had apologized and such, well, then they could have also told William and Kate, hey, yes, they messed up, but they have publicly apologized. Privately, don't stretch it out so much. I mean, yes, they made a serious mistake, whatever you want, but they have apologized. But that's not the case. They haven't apologized, neither publicly nor privately. Publicly, what they did, or what Harry did in this case, was only say in Canada a few weeks ago that he misses his family, that he wants to see his father, and that's it. But he didn't go to see Kate or worry about her. And now what? And now you find out that your sister-in-law has something very serious, huh? You didn't go see her at the time of the surgery, and now you're shocked because all you did was a very brief statement. Well, there was no reason to monetize their ties to the royal family. The problem is that's the only thing that seems to have generated them a lot of money. That raises other questions about what they will do in the future. Meanwhile, royal author Phil Danier also told The Sun that Harry and Meghan were at the bottom of William and Kate's priorities, evidently. He told the Aces they weren't told about this because the relationship between William and Harry is at its lowest point. So right now, there's no kind of relationship between them. When Harry came to see his father after he was diagnosed with cancer, William could have made time to meet with him if he had wanted to try a reconciliation, but he didn't. That was a big moment there. Harry had the excuse to say, I'm going to see Kate. Even if it's just for half an hour, like with my father, I'll greet him, ask him how he is, see my nephew, because this is also very important in the family, that when you don't know how to reconcile or don't know how to do it, hey, look, there's an opportunity, unfortunately, there's a good chance to reconcile. And that's it. An illness unites the family, as he himself said in Canada in an interview. He should have taken advantage to say, no, I have to go see my nephew. Primarily for my nephew, who has nothing to do with my relationship with my brother, and secondly, because Kate had just had surgery. Okay, we didn't know this and that, but I said at the time, regardless of whether it's cancerous. No, you haven't been told that. How bad it is that you didn't go. Since you're getting close to the UK, you've traveled 6,000 miles or 5,000 miles. I don't remember how many it was. You got close there once, right? I mean, this was incredible. Well, Harry spent less than 2 days in the countryside and didn't want to spend much time with his own father, much less with his brother. It's quite simple. I don't think that with all they've had to face in recent weeks, dealing with Harry and Meghan would certainly have been at the bottom of their list. Obviously, their priorities were taking care of their children and deciding how to deal with the conspiracy theories on social media and undo the damage caused by the photo. I think that no matter how bad things are, I think seeing Harry and Meghan with their children visiting her would have given them a lot of encouragement. I think so, yes. I think that at that moment, you see them come through the door, and I think everything would have been forgotten. I think this often happens. I simply don't think that contacting Harry and Meghan would have been a priority. It comes after Netflix host Harry and Meghan addressed Kate moments after her cancer diagnosis shocked the world. Christopher Bowie, who had a prominent role in Harry and Meghan's Netflix program, trolled Kate on Twitter 31 minutes after her video was posted. The 48-year-old tech mogul said that Kate's illness was manipulated, similar to North Korean propaganda. Bowie, who has been selling a conspiracy that William and Kate are breaking up, later joined a 300-strong online meeting of Harry and Meghan supporters. One participant even questioned whether the princess's cancer diagnosis was legitimate. Another claimed the diagnosis gave Kate a free pass from answering questions about her Photoshop issues to a Mother's Day image. Another friend of the Aces, Scooby, removed a tasteless post on Friday showing an alarm clock set for 6 past noon, the time Kate made her cancer statement. This sparked speculation about what was going to be announced. The 42-year-old author deleted the post after users criticized him. He said, when news circulated that an announcement was coming from the palace at 6 p.m., I tweeted an image of the time to have followers pay attention. But, well, as I didn't know what it was, when I learned of the seriousness of the news, I deleted the tweet to stop any speculation. Kate said the family now needs time, space, privacy while she undergoes chemotherapy. You know, well, this is the good news of all that it's preventive chemotherapy in case there were any microcells, microparticles that could generate micrometastases, to avoid generating that metastasis. Kate said the family now needs time, space, and privacy in a video message recorded on Wednesday in Windsor. Kate said in January. Well, I won't repeat it all. Basically, it was a bit of that, poorly done, recovering from major surgery, now she's in treatment. There's nothing new, we'll leave it here. There's also a statement from Windsor, and that would be all. I don't know how you see it, if you think there will be any kind of reconciliation, or unfortunately what has happened with Kate Middleton, that Harry and Meghan were thinking of going to the UK to leave a little behind all that happened and try at least to try. Hey, I'm going to show up there and let them treat me however they want, but I'm going to show up there. Well, I'm going to apologize for what I did. And for that Netflix documentary, and hey, wish her a speedy recovery personally. No, I think that's what I would do if I were Harry, sincerely. But hey, they'll have to decide, my people. See you in the next video for your comments. Greetings.